finding out what happens when I have to let the light. I got my head high, stepping through this safari, bitch. Betting these other cats don't want no part of this. Yeah, I'm the type of artist with the skill set to always be cooking the bars and they artisans, so I'm never starving shit. I be raising plates, gaining weight, coming back with even harder hits, and I don't ever call it quits. That's for all them harlequins. I be calling wins, give a fuck who you calling in. I draw upon an armament, a charming wit, cause being smart and lit just my starter kit. But now I'm harnessing my inner awesomeness.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the hottest party of the summer. I am your host, Jimmy T. He is my co-host, R to the B to the V, and he is our special guest. He is the best in the world. He is the vet, Jamie Williams. Welcome to the Summerslam preview show, boys. And RBV, is it hot where you're at? Because it's absolutely cold where I am.
Well, hey, you're south of that equator, but hey, it's heating up down there because it is SummerSlam season. That is the reason we're here. Hey, we're calling out the best in the world to join us here to talk about, you said the hottest, but it is the biggest party of the summer. It's such a big party. I had to get out here to actually experience it with the people to see the hype. Hey, the creative has been crap. The build has been a bummer, but it's the biggest party of the summer. Bet I can see you're busting at the seams, brother. You are ready to get hyped for these big couple days from Minneapolis, Minnesota, U.S. Bank Stadium.
Yeah, is this 2 nights brought to us by Stridex? Remember that? The old,
yeah, the blimp,
old,
like the blimp up in the arena. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
actually.
You see how they were marketing to people then, who they thought their audience was, a bunch of 12-year-olds that were just finding out, going through puberty. But now you'd have to be a kindergartner to enjoy this shit, I think.
Well, hold on, man. So we got to do the math. We had Stridex. I mean, that is our generation. Now we're the ones sitting here watching this all these years later. Now our skin problems and all that, our health issues have migrated to other parts of the body besides our zits. But hey, let me start off here with this one, man. You know, we want to come in positive. This is one of the biggest wrestling events of the year. We've been down on this thing. It has been an absolute chore at times to cover anything across the world of professional wrestling. But still, when you get a big event like this, you want to have that nostalgia. You want to have those memories from when you were a damn kid, when you fell in love with this thing. So let's start on this high note here. Ben, I'll let you go first on this thing, brother. Favorite SummerSlam memories for you personally?
So the first SummerSlam that I ever saw was the first pay-per-view I ever saw.
Wow.
SummerSlam 88.
Hey, it's like that pretty girl the first time popped your cherry.
I remember.
Yeah, we're talking about, because this was where SummerSlam 88 was the Mega Powers versus the Mega Bucks, right? And that was, you know, I had family members, you know, like uncles and friends and family and things like that that would, you know, they knew that I liked wrestling, or they got me into wrestling. It was kind of like a, you know, ever since I was, before I could remember, like, I don't remember the first time I ever saw wrestling. It feels like I've always watched it. But, you know, once I got a little bit older, so now, you know, 88, I'm about 7. So it's like, oh, there's a pay-per-view. So they sprung for the pay-per-view and they made it a thing, you know? So I was able to, obviously I'm not buying it at that age. So, you know, I rely on the kindness.
That's a lot of lemon you squeezed at the lemonade stand.
Ooh, sure was.
And back then it was probably like what, $29 or something for SummerSlam. So pretty good. And yeah, so I remember that. And, so that's a great SummerSlam memory of just being the first one, but actual SummerSlam, just a single memory, I would say it was traumatizing at the time because my favorite wrestler was the Honky Tonk Man.
Really?
You could see where this is going.
Oh no.
Yes, when I
Get me somebody out here to wrestle.
yeah, Brutus Beefcake couldn't do it, and so here comes the substitute, and of course it's the Ultimate Warrior. And as soon as I heard that music hit, I was just like, because I already knew. Even at 8 years old, I knew. I already understood, even though I didn't really understand, but like I had some sort of an understanding of the way booking works and how things go.
This ain't going good for Honky.
It's not, and it sure wasn't, and I was upset, but I was sad. And then, of course, the Honky Tonk Man complained in a promo later that he was already scheduled to face the Warrior at a different day, and that different day just happened to be a house show card in my hometown that I had tickets to.
Oh.
So I was already anticipating a match with the Ultimate Warrior versus the Honky Tonk Man, and it got spoiled a little bit ahead of time with SummerSlam. So I think that's, like, looking back on it, that's a fun SummerSlam memory and story for me. And then, of course, Honky lasted a little bit longer at the house show, but not much longer. And so now that's just like the funny memory. It was traumatizing at the time, but looking back, it's pretty funny. What about you guys?
I'm going to jump in real quick because, Jimmy, I know you got one. I think I know yours, but I want to piggyback off of Vince because mine was actually the same thing, but I was on the other side of the coin. I was a little warrior. I was one of those kids that had my kangaroo underwear on, took my shoelaces out of my shoes, tied them to my arms, had my mom paint my face. I'm like 8, 9 years old at the time. So, everything was – I was a maniac. I was a little warrior. So when that music hit, to me, it was like going through the roof. It was like one of the most hypes that I've ever been. And to see my hero there capture that, I know it's always, as we look at it now, it's the workhorse title. I don't care. That's my champ. That was my IC champ. And eventually to see him go title for title. Great moment. Also, kind of flipped that, though, a terrified moment. When that damn Cobra popped out of that box at the wedding. Match made in heaven, match made in hell.
91.
It bit Macho, man. Me, I'm in tears. I'm terrified. It's like one of those times where the parents got to tell you, reassure you that it's a work. Stop crying. Stop the real tears. The shoot tears. Jimmy, I know one of your favorite SummerSlams, but let's talk about your moment here.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to say that was the most traumatizing moment for me out of any SummerSlam or probably any pay-per-view. But for me, my memories go back to also SummerSlam 88. But that's not my favorite thing because, funny enough, my favorite ever pay-per-view is SummerSlam 1990. I don't even know why, but for some reason, I look at that very fondly. From a kid, I love that whole card, like from Warrior against Ravishing Recruit in the what's it called, the main event for the World Championship.
I know
in the cage.
You said that was your favorite cage match in a couple of times.
Yeah, I know. I love that match, and I love the whole card. Just the demolition against the Hart Foundation with LOD coming in and disrupting that. That was a great tag match. The 2 out of 3 falls match. And Hogan Earthquake, of course, also in the double main event, which, there's no such thing as a double main event, in my opinion. But still, that was that. But, that was I can watch that event 100 times over. No shit. I can't even tell you why I think that's my favorite pay-per-view because deep down, really, it's not that.
It made you feel, brother. It made you
but
feel.
It did. It made me feel something. But as far as you go, Vet, when Warrior came in, which was 89, wasn't it? SummerSlam 89? Mm-hmm. That happened. Man, I was a little Warrior as well. I was happy as Larry. I'm actually surprised that you said that Honky Tonk was one of your favorites. I would have never expected that.
Come on, he looks like a honky tonk. He's like the ultimate honky. Look at him. He's white. Freaking there is.
No, but that's a fun fact I never knew.
It's very true.
All right, but because we talk about those fond memories, what it makes you pop, what it's about. So again, crap creative, bummer of a build, but you can erase that all. You can save it all with delivering on show day. Vet, you're a brilliant insight here, always honest, always hey, what needs to get done? You want to see the business go forward. What, not just like in a match, because we're going to talk about all those, but overall, for creative, for management, what do they need to focus on Saturday, Sunday in Minnesota, US Bank Stadium to say, hey, they deliver, they erase that. Let's correct all these issues from this past month. Have people buzzing about WWE when we wake up Monday morning.
God, what a loaded question. Because you can't you can't erase everything else. Like, everything that they've done is intrinsically and inextricably tied into this stuff that we're going to see. So there's going to be a lot of people that, because they're bummed out about how they feel like it's just not going to be that great of a show, or they're not that excited for it, no matter what happens in the show, I don't think they're going to like it. You know, those people anyway. I'm not saying nobody will like anything on the show. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you're already at the point where you're like, God, I'm not looking forward to this at all, I don't know what they can do to change your mind. Because we've seen good matches. We know all of these players. There's every single person on here is somebody that, if you're following along with WWE, you know who they are, you know what they do. So they're not going to surprise you with it. They don't have a big debut that they can uncork, because nobody's around, nobody's available. They have everybody they want.
Well, and anything that could have popped them, they should have done at MSG, and then they already told us it's coming Monday. So anything that could have said
that. Exactly. So there was something that we were robbed of. I mean, it's not too late. You could still hit that music to start SummerSlam Night 1, but it's not, it's not as ideal as the Garden to bring those guys in. And we're talking about Enzo and Cass, for anybody that didn't hear the Monday Locker Room or
we've all been yelling it since you said it. We've all been echoing it. Jimmy, anything that you think that they should focus in on here to make sure that they deliver and correct the ship? Because we see it so many times again with bad WrestleMania builds, but they can deliver. Night 1 of WrestleMania was atrocious, one of the worst ever, but it had people buzzing after night 2. What can they do to follow through with that?
Well, really, look, do what they do best is actually put on the show for the night, right? I mean, at the end of the day, WWE do know how to put on the show, and they do know how to put on good matches. So I'm going to say the best that they can do is actually put on some great matches, because that's all they can really do at this point. I mean, other than one thing, though, you guys got me thinking. When you guys were mentioning about Big Cass,
ladies and gentlemen, it's dangerous territory right now. Jimmy is thinking.
Positive. These are positive. Now, we know Cassie's going to debut on Monday night, apparently, right? That's what they said. How about, they never mentioned Enzo. Could we possibly get Enzo tonight, or not tonight, but this weekend, maybe debuting at SummerSlam, and then we see Cass, on Monday night? I mean, that's
but why would they do that?
They're a package. You need them together here. I would
suggest
here.
See Enzo Monday
I would that's the maybe that's the cliffhanger. That's the draw. Is Cass gonna be alone? But that's here or there. But for me, for WWE right now, don't overthink it. Don't try to do too much. Be very simplistic. Go out there, tell simple stories in the ring. You don't have to go high risk every match, but give fans reasons to pop. We want to pop for an Obafemi. We want to pop for a Chad Gable in the hometown there. I want to say someone like Chelsea Green, the crowd has been hungry for. Is it her time? We're going to talk about that, but keep it simple. Tell very basic stories in the matches. Make the crowd happy. Send everyone home happy with this thing. Gentlemen, we've got 2 nights of this thing. Jimmy, we talked about this Tuesday. I don't know if you got to touch on this yet, but there are no free hours this go around. ESPN has nixed that. So everything's going to be on the app. So we're not talking about ESPN2. We're not talking about the proper. But let's jump in here, gentlemen. Night 1 Saturday. We know the card. We'll run it down in here. We'll talk about which one seems more stacked, which are the big sellers. Let's jump in here. A championship bout to kick things off. Io Sky challenging Liv Morgan. She is 100 days plus. I think she got 105, 110 days. Hasn't had a title defense yet. This could be her first time out defending this thing. This is one of the matches, though, that knock on SummerSlam. It's friend versus friend, baby versus baby. At least I can say in this one, I know I'm not supposed to like Liv Morgan. I'm supposed to root for Io. I think these are 2 of the best performers. I think this could be one of those that we're talking about Monday as, damn, these ladies went out and showed us all they can do something special. Vet, your thoughts on this?
Well, I just have to wonder why Liv Morgan has barely worked. Why is that? There's got to be something that they're trying to keep from us. And furthermore, the one time she did work was against Io Sky. So we just saw this match. This whole thing is bizarre. The whole situation is bizarre. Stephanie fell off the face of the earth. Liv Morgan hasn't defended anything or she's just been running around with the Judgment Day and Danhausen doing stuff. It's just very, very, very weird about the whole thing. So I guess, first of all, do we know that this is the card order, or is this just what you have?
It's not the order. I just know the matches. I know each night, but I don't know the order. So we're talking about this. This is a match. I know Saturday and Sunday, but I don't know the card order.
Because that's one of the things we were talking about on the wreckage, Jimmy, when we were talking about the ticket sales and things. Like, people don't know where to buy the tickets, the matches that they want to see.
Well, maybe they're trying to keep that. Well, so right now, if we want to talk about the numbers on this thing, the US Bank Stadium potentially for wrestling could hold 70,000. They've already come out and said with staging and tarping, they're going to cut about 30,000 seats. So that leaves us, 40,000? So as of yesterday morning, each night was hovering right around 30,000, which means on Tuesday when we recorded, it was right around 30 each night, give or take. So they would have to really paper that damn town for another 10,000 to pack that damn place. But if they're going to give them away, hell, I was telling Jimmy, I'd be sending emails with electronic tickets to every Viking season ticket holder with 2 damn tickets, and just hoping they'll show up for this damn thing to fill it.
Well, my point is that if you did not solidify this lineup ahead of time, you couldn't have anticipated anything but this. Because you combine that with the outrageous ticket prices, you combine that with the fact that the outrageous ticket prices go outrageously low multiple times for multiple sales, and you've now trained people to expect that. So now they're waiting for it, and some people are still waiting. You're probably going to get thousands of people waiting for the walk-up, they're just going to walk up to the window and be like, what's some cheap tickets you got? There's going to be a lot of that, but they also don't know, again, which one to buy. If you only can afford one night and you're only interested in seeing one match and you don't know which night it's on, ticket sales are going to stall. So they should have told you about this weeks ago, and been ready to go. In fact, it just seems like they've been making stuff up later on, kind of like the way AEW did, where you got Redemption and then we're just all of a sudden oh yeah, and also this match is happening, and this match, and 12 other matches are happening. We're just now telling you, okay?
Well,
please buy tickets.
At least with Redemption, it's 12 matches, 5.5 hours in a single night. At least we get 12 matches here over 2 nights, gives you a breather, a break. Jimmy, real quick on this thing. Who do you see? Who needs this win more? What does the division need more? Is it Liv continuing it? Is she going to be one and done as putting the belt on the line? I said 105 days first. So does this play into the greatest ever? And does it backfire? Another thing here, though, they have set her up as a major baby in every way outside of television. She's got her music video. She looks like the greatest person ever on Unreal that just gets put out there.
I haven't seen it yet. So, yeah. Does she come across?
She has a farm, Jimmy.
She's got a horrible personal trait. Hey, she won me over. She won my heart. She drops an F-bomb every 3 words. That's a girl straight to my heart.
So she's an all-American chick.
She's just like her mom.
Her mom, I don't want to say anything about her mom, but
I didn't even think about her mom. Hell, I'm not her mom's age. I might have a chance with her mom.
Her mom's not that good looking though.
I know, but if I get in with her mom, if the hubs taught me anything, that stepdaughters love stepdads.
Yeah, come on, Jimmy, get with it, bro.
I get it.
They probably don't allow that stuff down there, Rick. So
pay attention to the hub.
Actually, you're not wrong, Vet.
Jimmy, back to the point, Jimmy, back to the point.
Anyway,
who needs it? Who needs it? Liv or Io? What does
in some ways, I feel like Liv kind of needs it, but it's not going to happen. Io is going to get the win 100%, and it makes me wonder even more. Like you brought up earlier, just before Vet, something's not right with Liv Morgan 100%. She's not working the way she should be working. She hasn't defended her title up until this point, so that's why I'm thinking that Liv is definitely going to lose, because I don't think she's really ready to be in the ring at 100%. It seems like it can't be anything else.
All right, I'm going to go to the next match here. We're going to let Vet start this because he's been talking about this regularly. I wanted to echo, and maybe he's got something to add to this because he's laid it out beautifully. Where do we go? Why is this match here? But it is former general manager Nick Aldis taking on the Ring General Gunther. Vet, your thoughts? I know you've been talking where does this leave Aldis? Is it a one-off? I mean, how does he go back to being a GM? And does the general audience know anything about this guy? His great resume, his legacy?
No. Yeah, so I was thinking about this. You know how sometimes I say I don't spend a second thinking about this outside of podcasts. Well, I thought for this for something like this. No, I tell the truth, but I thought for this special SummerSlam party, I thought, why don't I just think about it so I'll have something to say, because I actually do have something to say that I guarantee you're not going to hear anybody else say. There's the problem is you have this situation, as I outlined before. If you didn't hear, this is basically what I said. Who goes over in this match? Because you're either going to emasculate Nick Aldis or you're going to emasculate Walter, right? Like you've got the guy that's supposed to be the great wrestler. Now, in my opinion, Walter should not have been defeated the entire time up to this point. He shouldn't have lost any matches. But now that he has, and now that you've talked about things like you actually had, and we thank Unreal for this, that we could see that Bruce Pritchard pitched that Pat McAfee should beat him of all people. Okay. So the way I envision this going so that both parties can come out of this the least amount of damage is when the match starts, I would have, and this is not going to happen, and again, you won't hear this from anyone else. Gunther, he comes up and the match starts, the bell rings, and of course he's going to say something, like he'll be doing that talking thing like Roman Reigns does and all this stuff where the camera will kind of pick it up, right? And he'll be saying like, well, this is what you wanted, you got what you wanted. Okay, and this is it. This is your big stage. This is the biggest stage you've ever been on. It's the last stage you're ever going to be on. You just hear whatever he wants to say. I'm not Wade Keller. I'm not going to cut his promo for him. But he's saying that, and Aldis is just looking at him. If Nick Aldis grabs him by the face, headbutts him in the teeth, hits his finish on him, and beats him like that, like just complete shock, take the air out of everybody, and beat him and just walk out, like yeah, that's what.
Do you think and then that too, like that?
Because it would be just like the Brock and Goldberg thing.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
right.
Yeah. Now nobody's going to expect that, but you give Gunther the out that he was completely, taken by surprise because he wasn't taking it seriously.
Right.
You give Nick Aldis the credibility of like, that's all I needed to do. Like, so now if you go back to being a GM, you don't have your tail between your legs, because if they just have a 20-minute match and Gunther beats him, then what? What is he going to do? What do you do? Just go back to being a GM? But he can't, because now nobody's going to listen to him. And if he's going to be a wrestler, if this is his way back into wrestling, he needs something to kickstart it. He needs something to get the people to believe in him. So that's really the only thing you can do, is a surprise, upset, dominant win that nobody will see coming. And then, of course, people are going to say, oh, how could you bury Nick Aldis? He hasn't had a... you're going to hear that. But at the same time, everybody's going to be talking about it, which is what you want. And you have to believe in your people. You have to believe that Nick Aldis can. He looks like a main event player. He can talk his way through anything that you hand him. The English accent helps. And that can launch whatever the rest of his career is going to be, whether he goes back to being a GM or whether he is a full-time wrestler or a part-time, sometimes wrestler, or whatever they do, or if he just retires. But either way, you give the heel something to bitch about for the rest of his life. Like, I wasn't, you didn't, I've been, blah, 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 excuses.
It goes back to what you said about Honky Tonk Man.
Exactly.
Somebody out here, and it's a big surprise like that. Jimmy, what else can you add there for the greatness that was just shared with us?
Well, the vet just put it perfectly. At the end of the day, this is bad booking anyway. I don't even know why this match is happening right now. At least if you're gonna have this match, we should have seen Nick Aldis training like a Rocky movie, for this match, because he hasn't, been around in a few years and whatnot. And tell the people, because majority, look, I'm sure the SummerSlam fan base would know who he is, but let's be honest, your everyday WWE fan probably has no idea who the fuck Nick Aldis truly is. You know, and they never really told you anything about him at all.
Which can I say just real
please.
quick on that point, Jimmy, just to add to my fantasy idea is that if you don't know Nick Aldis, you will know Nick Aldis for that.
Right.
That one moment. Like if you've never seen him wrestle, you'll remember that forever. If you have seen him wrestle, it won't be a surprise to you because he was a former NWA champion and he beat Cody.
Exactly.
If you're telling me Cody's the top guy and Nick Aldis has beaten Cody in the past, then this is a very believable scenario.
Right.
They didn't even mention that. How stupid is this company at times? But well, not just at times.
Hold on. They're gonna save that for Sunday night's main event. After Aldis wins this thing, it's gonna be him and Cody in Atlanta.
Come on.
Throwing down for the WWE Undisputed Champion. Hold on here. Hey, I'm calling here. This Friday night, let's put a gimmick on this. Let's put a stipulation. Put the spot of general manager on the line. I'm going to keep saying this. The ring of the ring general manager sounds good to me. Give Gunther that spot. Put him in control.
I love
of the
that.
show. Hey, and also, after Aldis gets his ass beat by Gunther, put him in a garbage bag and send him back to Mickey James. That would be a great visual there.
In a garbage bag. Oh, that's fine.
Send Mickey's trash back to her again in a garbage bag.
That's actually more likely to happen than what I said.
Yeah,
I can actually envision. I can envision them thinking that's a big pop, that's a big rib.
That would be a huge pop.
I said that in jest, but I can see them having that conversation. Gentlemen, Jimmy, I'm going to kick this to you. I'm going to group these two together. I thought this was a surprise. They put both of these on night one. We got 2 6-person tags. We got the guys, LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, Royce Keys. They're taking on the Bloodline, the Usos, and Jacob Fatu, your boy. Also, you got the Bellas, Scream Mode, the Bellas and Paige taking on Fatal Influence. I'm going to let you kind of just talk about 6-mans, which one you're looking more forward to. Let's roll through it.
Well, to be honest, I'm not looking forward to either one of them because, to be honest, these are the peace breaks of the SummerSlam. I'm sorry. Like, is there really that much heat going on for both these matches? At the end of the day, the men's 6-man tag, it's got to be a Texas Tornado rules. You can't have these guys tagging. It's got to be just mayhem, bedlam. It's got to be like that, like an old Shield match, the way they used to do their matches. Yeah, we can crap on that, but you know what? This match kind of deserves that type of stipulation, and it's the only way it would be half entertaining. So hopefully that happens. I doubt it, but we'll see. But really, where does this lead to for any of them? It's only going to lead to probably War Games as your blow-off match between all these guys in the end. That's what I can see happening. As far as the women goes, I couldn't care less about the Bellas. I'm sorry. I just get it. Just go away. And Paige, I mean, they're just all floundering. What's Paige doing right now, really, other than being the third wheel of the Bellas? I mean, I'm not looking forward to
tag. That's what she's doing.
She was a tag team champion a few days ago.
Well, she was, but still couldn't care less.
Right. Hey, Vet, tell us how Fatal Influence is going to steal SummerSlam. It's going to revolutionize.
They will win, by the way, Fatal Influence.
They're waiting. That's why you wanted to come on here, Vet. I know it was you want to come on here and just put over JCG.
Stealing time will never get back. That's for sure. My God, you want to talk about no money, no draw, no nothing.
Damn.
Just 3 complete wastes of space that you could easily free up some payroll
Which
with.
team? Which team?
I'm talking about, Fatal Influence for sure.
Or which match and then which team now?
Yeah, at least the Bellas and Paige have some equity. Whether you like it or not, they do. But these girls will never be anything. So I would say I can't even believe this match is happening. But for the men, what they did was they ended up giving you a 6-man so that more people could get a SummerSlam payday. When in reality, the match that should have been happening at SummerSlam was LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. And they gave that match away on Monday. And they made sure to beat LA Knight, even though they didn't have to, because, Solo came in to right after the 3 count to smash Jacob in the back. So you definitely didn't have to beat LA Knight, but you did anyway, because fuck that guy, I guess. And now we're in this 6-man match that, like I said, now no matter who wins either of these 6-person matches, it doesn't matter. So since probably people are going to be so pissed off anyway, and the mood is just going to be so bad, for the whole thing with the half-empty stadium and whatnot, I say just babies up on both counts, just so that you can do the most amount of damage control possible
get
with
your
this
pops,
situation.
Get your ass and your yeets and the bell little dance. Just get your.
But they'll probably beat LA Knight again, just to make sure.
Yeah, just some reason they'll somehow still win, but he'll get pinned somehow. Just so they get the pop out. Well, they'll get beat him up after or something like that. Jimmy, I'm gonna coin flip this one here, man. We got 2 big matches Saturday night. Let's just start with the championship match. They're friends. It's Cody's only friend, and he's got to go to war with him. CM Punk defending the WWE Undisputed Championship against Cody Rhodes. These guys have been trying to get generate a little heat. I think they've at least done a little bit better job on a great. I'm not saying that they did a good job. I'm saying a better job than the other side.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's been
Jimmy, jump in, give your thoughts. CM Punk defending against Cody Rhodes.
It's been a weak build for me. I mean, especially at the start when it was just pretty much all crapping on about history and blah 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 and their friends and blah. Anyway, and respect and all this crap. I should be looking forward to this match a lot more than I should be, but I'm not, and it's sad because on paper it looks good. It's going to be a great match. 100% they will deliver that, but I think Punk will get the win over Cody. I think you keep Cody chasing right now. I don't know if it's going to be due to some sort of shenanigans. You know what I mean? I doubt it because it is a PLE. But something's going to lead to Cody not getting the win. And maybe he's going to snap after this. Who knows? We'll see.
Vet, your thoughts here? What works? I mean, you've been around both of these guys, man. You know them. It's incredible things, man. You train with these guys, and now they're at a big main event spot. Like, even outside of everything, that's kind of cool.
It is pretty cool. Yeah, so I guess yeah, it's a good match to put on. There's not much you can do with it without being stupid, like trying to turn one of these guys. Even the stuff they try to do, like the backstage footage and where they're arguing with each other and stuff, and they keep saying, "We don't need that." What is that? What kind of phrasing is that, by the way? Like, what did they say when they're talking about the camera? Like, "We don't need that." What do you mean? What are you saying? We don't need Unreal? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe.
Get that Unreal camera out of here. You know what I mean? Like, what is that? I don't understand why they said that. And they said it again. They said it again on the SmackDown promo. And Cody was like, "We don't need that." Like, when did this become we don't need that? When did that become a catchphrase? But anyways, as far as the match goes, it's probably going to be the match of the weekend, right? I mean, you would assume if you're just looking for a wrestling match. Punk, everything that, whatever terrible stuff ends up happening in the company, it doesn't seem like any of it sticks to Punk. So if you just follow along with Punk, you'll probably get the best that WWE is going to have to offer, coincidentally or not. And so that's why I think you should keep the title on him, because he's hot right now and Cody's not, and Cody needs a break from being the guy so that people can either want him to be the guy again after a while or get used to him not being the guy for a while. But you gotta go with the hot hand here and just keep the belt on Punk for now is what I would do.
100%.
I completely agree with you, man. I think CM Punk is the node. He's if he's not QB1, he's like Joe Flacco here in Cincinnati. He's the guy that can carry the team when Burrow's down, and you're okay with it. He can move forward with it. I'm with you guys here on Punk. Jimmy, real quick, I'm going to move spots here so I can plug in. Let's set this up here. As I'm literally going to walk a couple spots over so I can plug in here. Let's get ready. It's Hell in a Cell. To me, this is the main event of the entire weekend. This is what that hype's going to be about in that stadium. Brock Lesnar coming back. We talk about draws. Well, as Vet's been talking about this week, not draws. These two are the guys you can showcase. I witnessed it, man. That last time that they were actually on the ESPN thing. Saudi, I was out and about for lunch. Asked the waitress, put it on the television for me, please. She kindly did that. People were looking over. I was watching the pre-show and all that. They're like, what is this loser doing? What is – he's wrestling guy. He's doing this actually in public. Right. This is embarrassing. But as soon as Oba came out, people started gravitating towards me. What is this guy about? What's this? They love the interest. They look at it. He's magnificent. But then the follow-up question is, why is Jey Uso beating him up for 8 out of 10 minutes? That's here or there, but this is a big sell. This is the draw overall right here, Jimmy. Jump into this thing. Talk about the build. Monday sucked. It was embarrassing. It was terrible. It was almost like they tried to sabotage this thing, what they did Monday with everything. Vet's been very vocal about it. You guys handle this real quick. I'll be right back. I'm just going to move one table over so I can plug in.
Go for it. Vet, do you want to begin this?
You can go ahead and start.
Well, for me, hey, there's me somehow. For me, as much as I'm looking forward to this match, and I truly am looking forward to this match, but the build has been really weak. I mean, all the way around, it feels the same week in, week out. They're calling each other bitches all the time.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, seriously.
It's like a kid that their parents just said they're old enough to curse, right?
Yeah, but it's only bitch, though. Like, it's
only bitch.
Just bitch. Which is so corny to me.
I said bitch. You remember that Key and Peele skit? Did you ever see that?
Of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, it just feels childish, like you said. And it's one of those things where it's like, I've got a bigger dick than you, pretty much. You know what I mean? And
right.
I can't stand
and random police assault. Let's just throw cops
random
around.
Police assault, but no one's getting arrested.
No.
At least, though, on the first time that the cops got assaulted, Pierce covered it up on Raw by saying they were fake police. They found out they were fake cops. So nothing was going to happen. So they were lucky with that. But the second time, what did they say?
But it was in Texas, and it was a giant black man throwing white men around. And
yeah. See what I mean? WWE.
You can't even wear, from what I've seen, you can't even wear a hooded sweatshirt around people without them getting a little bit touchy. So imagine throwing cops.
Oh, it must have felt good, at least for him, right? I mean, shit. But yeah, I just don't like this whole build. I know the match is going to be fine, I guess. I'm not expecting it to be some sort of, like 5-star clinic. But as far as presentation and just the hype and just the image of them two being in the center of the ring inside a Hell in a Cell, ready to, go for it, it's going to be a spectacle and will be the spectacle of the whole SummerSlam event, night 1 and 2. I just hope it delivers, but we both know, probably all of us know, this match is not going to go no longer than 10 minutes tops, if that.
Yeah, probably not. And that's the sad thing, because it was.
Well, I'm going to jump in into that. I'm glad.
No, it's too late. But you're on a massive delay, Rick. So you're going to have to. I don't know if you can maybe like refresh something or something. But
keep talking.
Okay, so. It was only supposed to be a one and done, Jimmy, as we all know by now. Exactly. It's very easy we were confused in the moment, but in hindsight, it's pretty easy to see what happened where, that was a clear, decisive, short victory at WrestleMania. And then, oh no, we're doing it again. And here we are. And these guys don't even need a build. All you have to just tell us is that the match is happening. And
that's it. That
should be enough, especially since we've already seen it twice. So throwing some fake police officers around in the ring won't change that. Obviously it hasn't sold one ticket.
And that's the sad part, right? But
like, oh damn, I wasn't gonna go see Brock and Oba 3 in a cell, but he did throw those cops around, so I guess I'll spend $2,000. Like, what? Who do they think is actually, like, who do they think this works on? It's just hot shotting bullshit to try to generate some excitement. If you can't be excited to see a big meat match like this, just knowing you're going to get another one, I don't think anything can get you excited for it. I don't think they can trick you into being excited for it. So they should have saved that. But, if they did that, people would have said, oh, they're not even trying to build this match. So I understand they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. I do sympathize somewhat, but this is all because you don't have roadmaps and you don't have plans, or you don't go along with the plans when they are made. Someone will come and overwrite the plans. Somebody with a higher pay grade will tell you, nope, you ain't retiring.
And I bet you, see, all that meant nothing now. What was the whole point of all that in the first place? It was nothing. It doesn't matter. It never happened. Rick, are you back?
He might be back.
We can't hear you, though. Turn your mic on. There we go. We can hear you now.
All right. So Well, I mean, we said all that we can say about Brock and Oba. It's just gonna, we can enjoy it a la carte, and we could pretend the last several months and weeks never happened. But as far as
it's disappointing though. But it really is, and I'm sure it will be entertaining. If it's one of those quick sort of meaty matches where they're just going at it. But obviously, Oba's got to get the win, right? I mean, there's no way Brock gets this win, right?
No, God, no.
No chance.
No chance in hell.
Yeah, absolutely no chance. Now, Rick, can you hear us?
All right, am I back here?
You're back.
You're back.
All right, I am set here. I'm reset here, plugged in, ready to go. I just real quick want to piggyback on something you said. I'm glad you mentioned this because we talked about the last 2 to 3 weeks. You talked about down in Texas. Beating up security, cops, whatever, law enforcement. How it looks. He did that a couple of weeks ago as well when they said they weren't police. He beat some security guards. Hey, you know what? There's not a good rap sheet. They're going to Minnesota. There's not a lot of good around blacks fighting cops up there. Some bad things happen in the summertime.
That's what he said.
Right. There. So hey, I think Oba's got to go over.
Well, of course.
Oba Floyd over strong. That's what I'm saying on that one. So,
right. And just
that's
to
going to be night one. Real quick, Jimmy. Go ahead.
Yes. Oh, no, I was just going to say, JT in the chat is saying if Brock is staying around, he's winning in his hometown. No. It doesn't matter. Plus, he's from Saskatchewan, whatever he's from right now in Canada, man. That's his hometown. He even reps Canada these days. I mean, but Minnesota, he's not even born there, actually, as a matter of fact. He's not originally from there. He just did his university there. That's it. People seem to think he really grew up there, but he actually didn't, which is a fun fact.
He's a golden gopher.
Yeah, exactly. So I just wanted to say that. And even if they obviously going to parade him as his hometown, which they will, at the end of the day, they're not going to have everyone win in their hometown. There's already another 2 matches with people from Minneapolis. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Could be wrong, but I doubt it.
Let's switch to that, though. We got 2 big matches from some Minnesotians, some Vikings for night 2. Let's jump into that. Run through them here. Let's just start with one of them, which is going to be a big draw. Jimmy, I know you've been a big fan of the Viking clap. When they get that war machine going.
American males?
Because you might
the American males.
That's what I keep saying. American males. That
is the big Viking clap. So you're a little more into our sports culture than Jimmy. How many times are they going to blow the Viking horn during this event?
Oh God, I don't know. But now that you bring it up, they're probably going to.
What's the over/under?
I don't know. They don't have this. They don't have any people in there, so who's going to bring it?
Oh, true. That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think of that, but they better not do it that much because
that'll be annoying.
Everybody always says, and when I say everybody, I'm talking about people like Ben or whatever. They say like, yeah, I understand they're in Minnesota, but everybody else ain't, so I don't give a fuck about your Viking horn. Yeah. But.
Oh man.
They were just voted number 3. They were just voted number 3 NFL fan experience. They're going to be bringing it. They're going to be looking forward. But Jimmy, actually, we're getting to here. This has got to be a big moment, right? This is Chad Gable's moment. It's a big visual. It's like a yes movement for them in that arena. But he's also up against one of the international global phenoms. Everybody loves Penta. Jimmy, who you got here for Intercontinental Championship?
I'm going to do a hot take here, right? Do not be surprised if Penta does get the win, actually, over Gable here. I'm telling you, man, I don't know. It probably won't happen, but do not be surprised if it happens. Because then, if he loses Vet...
You sound like Meltzer. Don't be surprised if it doesn't, but I'm making a bold statement.
It's a hot take. He's not going to win. He's not going to lose, sorry. But I wouldn't mind if Penta did win. But if he did lose Vet, for example... Do you think that would kill him completely with what they're trying to do right now with Gable?
Yeah.
So he needs to win, right?
Yeah, this is one of those instances where he I'm sorry that it's at Penta's expense, but just give it to him. Just give it to him. Here, you little wiener. You stuck around this long here. Here, you survived Shorty G. Here's your precious singles title. you, Mark, here, just have it. Your family, you know, they're all cheering
daughter will
for
be there.
daddy. Your little daughter that had to cry when you lost to Gunther. You know, just okay. Here's the moment. That's great. You redeemed yourself. You redeemed yourself not only in the eyes of your hometown and your family, but also in the eyes of all the people south of the border. You reformed your ways. You can change. Everybody can change. Penta will raise your hand and salute the better man that night.
That's
mariachi band. The entire AAA locker room will come out and lift him up on their shoulders.
TKO will spring for the extra money to get Mystico's theme song so everybody can sing it up there in Minnesota. Like, it's just gonna be great. So just look forward to it.
Yeah, well, you're right. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's the feel good moment of the show. That's what it's going to be. The feel good moment of the show. And they probably will look at it like it's a moment. You know, they create moments, WWE. This is going to be one of them that we will quickly forget, probably. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll cut right to an ad.
100%.
We'll cut right to a Papa John's, like right, or a Target, since it's Minnesota. They'll just go right to a Target ad before he can even raise the belt up. They'll just cut. And we'll show that old Lil Yachty and Carly Rae Jepsen ad from the Super Bowl from years ago.
Oh, no. I hate these songs, by the way. I don't know if it's just me, but that 80s makeup freaking band era music just doesn't go right now in 2026.
You're talking about Gable?
Yeah, Gable's theme. Have you heard it? It's just
yeah, his song sucks.
Well, gentlemen, let's stick on the hometown heroes. Gentlemen, let's stick on hometown heroes. Let's stick on maybe potential big time pops. We've got some bad chicks ready to climb a ladder for an interim championship. It's going to be a 5-way ladder match for the interim WWE Women's Championship. We got the hometown favorite. She is born there. Tippy time on the clock. Tiffany Stratton, the bad bitch. Jade Cargill. Charlotte Flair looking for what? Number 15. How about Chelsea Green? Everybody loves. That's my pick. It's got to be Chelsea for a big pop moment to give it to her. Or we got our last individual. Our last entrance going to be in there. We're going to find out Friday night. Is it the lovely Lash Legend, or it's trademarked by the man in the middle of the screen? Just look at her, Julia. Jimmy, I'll let you start on this, man. Who you got? Is this another hometown pop? Do we just go with Chelsea that's so immensely over? Charlotte gets number 15, or is it look at her? What do we got?
I think Chelsea might sneak it in the end. I don't think they're going to do two like hometown hero wins sort of thing, you know. And who the fuck is Tiffy anyway? Even though they're going to cheer her, don't get me wrong, but still, who the fuck is she? So yeah, I'm leaning towards Chelsea Green, but I think Charlotte is a bit of a smoky though. They could possibly get the win, but I'll stick with Charlotte with Green for now.
Well, love in the chat, they're throwing Nia out there. Nia's been screwed twice trying to qualify for this. 2 DQs. She could be a wild card, a wrecking machine in this thing, Vet. Who do you got overall?
Yeah.
She ain't trying to climb no ladders. I don't care how much weight she lost. But anyway, yeah, look, you know, I love Julia, but if they're not going to actually get behind her and get with it, then she shouldn't win it, and she's not going to win it. Neither do I think Tiffy should win it. I don't think she's not going to do any significant business for the company. As far as Chelsea Green, I'm sorry. I know she's a HMG favorite. It's not happening. It's just not happening.
I agree with you, Vet. It's something.
Sorry, you guys. It doesn't even matter if I agree with you or not. They are not going to put the belt on her. They're just not going to do it. And, you know, if you're looking at the perfect Venn diagram of what their creative is thinking and the business and what I'm thinking and the business, I just give it back to Jade Cargill. But you got to actually do better with Jade than you had been doing. She's definitely the kind of person you want in promotional materials and photos, you know, like interview, like personal appearances. Like, she's the kind of person you want to take the belt around and represent WWE, even as a heel, because she's the kind of person that's like, when I'm at work, I'm that bitch. When I'm, at a youth charity thing or something like that, I'm being a role model that anyone can look up to try to be like I want to be Jade Cargill someday. I'm the superhero that everybody wants to grow up to be. So you don't have to be a heel to the kids or to the talk shows or to the other things, but you only have to be a heel to the other wrestlers. So I think Jade Cargill is perfect poster woman material for the company. And I think that's what a champion should be. So that's why she's, to me, the no-brainer to just, if Rhea can't go, then it should be Jade.
I like that.
I'm going to 180 on that thing. I see a completely other side of that. You're talking about someone that can carry the ball with the PR. I think we need a lot of fun. We need to reestablish that. We need a people's champion. I think that's Chelsea Green. It's not Jade. We went through that. It was a failed attempt. She wasn't on the PR trail. They weren't utilizing her in that aspect. Chelsea's got the whole package. She go out there and talk to the people. She brings people in to make them feel fun about her, and she can take her dork husband with her. They can talk about their toy collections and all this. They got crossover appeal out the wazoo. Yes, Fat. You have your hand
I just want to say that I understand what you're saying, that they didn't do it with Jade. If you remember, the first thing I said was they need to do it. So I was already addressing the fact that they haven't done it right up to this point. And she's the person, but they're fumbling it with her like they do with every fucking buddy. Everybody on the roster is getting fumbled here. There's not one person that's doing any kind of good except maybe Punk, and even that is questionable. And as far as Chelsea, I'm sorry. I don't think the people really care about her that much. She's been a joke. She's been presented as a joke up to this point. And she's going to have to make up. She's going to have to make up the ground that she's lost for all these years of her career that they haven't been doing anything with her. And I don't think I don't think the company is going to change their view of her off of just a one ladder match win to say, all right, now we're going to go full steam behind Chelsea. It's just not going to happen, regardless of the fact that everything you're saying about her is true.
That's not happening, man.
The key into this, because they're going to hinder Chelsea on this by tagging this with that interim title. They're going to say she wasn't really like a real champ, but they're going to see what she could do. I think it's a big pop. I think it's a big moment. Right now, creatively, right now, company-wise, they need somebody like her. Let's talk about other potential needs here. To me, it doesn't matter. We're talking about SummerSlam. We don't care what Rhea's going to do. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe that's the thing. Can she overcome the big bad monster Rhea? To me, one of the biggest pops I had in wrestling probably in the last 6 months is Danhausen. As bad as that concert segment was, as terrible as that was, the payoff was worth it for 8 seconds of haven't you watched wrestling? Money's on a pole. That where are we at with the rib here? Where did come on, Mr. Serious over there, crack a smile. You had to pop a little bit for Danhausen's money's on a pole line.
Oh man, I mean, I remember what I was doing when he said it. I think I was washing dishes or something. I just didn't this stuff doesn't even affect me, man. I don't even sell it now. It's just yeah, I guess we haven't had a pole match in a while. Might as well. I don't really think about it in terms of being affected one way or other. Yeah, why not? Why not have it on a pole? Because also, when he beats Dominic for it, then that seems going to be more plausible in the other people's eyes, because for some reason people think Dominic is a legitimate wrestler, when to me he's barely above Danhausen. So that's why it's funny that this match is happening. Ironically, I can kind of enjoy it on that level. It's people think one person's way up here and the other person's way down here, but to me they're both right here. So yeah, but yeah, why not? Why not a poll? Damn it, Jimmy. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, why not a poll? I mean, the thing that pops
or we could. Oh wait. I know one thing better than a poll. Since you're Australian, you can have a money in the kangaroo in the jacket on the kangaroo match.
in the
and now the
pouch,
kangaroo's hopping away, and they gotta chase him down.
That'll be entertaining. Actually, funny enough, but yeah. As far as this match goes, yeah. Look, Danhausen, they've done pretty good with him up until the last 2-3 weeks, and the only reason why I say that is they're overdoing it with him now. Take him off television for a week or two, man. You know, don't overdo it. Don't thrash him. You know what I mean? Because it's going to give you the opposite effect eventually if you keep shoving him in everyone's faces. We get it. He cursed the Knicks and uncursed the Knicks. They won the championship, and bang, you know what I mean? Here he is again. But they're overexposing him, man. He's supposed to be not wrestling every week, let alone an appeal.
Well, he's not wrestling every week. He's just
I know, but he's wrestling frequently. I mean,
well, I would see. No, I think it's not the amount of Danhausen on the show, but it is the sameness. Like he always has his little lab and stuff, and it's just silly that you would have the lab. You know, like every single town, the lab just comes along, like
right with the old 4.8 fucking 7 PC, whatever.
Right. You know, like I get it. I get that they think it's funny, but it would be more funny to just see him doing different stuff and interacting. I don't like the idea of Danhausen in a long program. I think he should have a 1-week program with everybody on the roster, and then the next town they go to start something new and come up with something like that. But and then every once in a while have a match. You don't need to have, like you said, definitely not need to. Nobody wrestles every week. I mean,
no, of course not.
The way the formats are now, like nobody gets to wrestle every week.
I want to piggyback real quick on that. That I love the idea there. We should have had, because we do have the the ice cream mobile that they're bringing to Minneapolis here for Dan. They should have had like a mobile lab of anything where he's like going from city, and that's an interaction with fans. Hey, buy a ticket to these crap shows, and you might be in Danhausen's mobile lab or some kind of thing like that. Would be a lot of fun. I think Danhausen. I love how Vet said it. You protect him. You make people. There's that deep insider bubble pop thing. You talked about when's the last time we saw a ladder match. Jimmy sees them every week. They have him on JCW. He's had a Bacardi on the pole match.
Oh my God, it's true.
So, for those of you in kind of that thing, it's a little fun the way you put it. It gives them an out to let Danhausen win this thing. It's going to be a ridiculous match. Before we get to the main event, let's run through a couple of these undercard ones. I don't know if these are really fitting for like a SummerSlam. We could have skipped these off, but they are there. Trick Williams, tricky Trick against Baron Corbin. Vet, your thoughts on this one?
God, I can't even believe this match
United
is
States
happening.
Championship.
I can't believe this. I can't believe Baron Corbin's back. We were free of him finally, and he just shows back up. He wasn't gone nearly long enough, and he could have been gone forever, and it wouldn't have been long enough. And now he's here to get a rub off of Trick Williams, not the other way around. You know, the last time we saw Baron Corbin, you know, before his big return, they already sent him back down to NXT to work with guys, and then they cut him, you know? So, like, why does he get to come back, and why is he doing this? Trick has already evolved far beyond anything Baron Corbin has ever done. So what is the point? He's not helping Trick get over. He's just wasting everybody's fucking time.
All right, Jimmy. So is Baron Corbin going to be on Braun Eats Everything on the menu next season? Is this like his next transition? Come back for a short paycheck, get a spot with Braun on his reality show? Is that where we're at here? Trick, right? All day, right, Jimmy?
Oh, absolutely, Trick all day. And I know he's Vet, man. I couldn't care less about Corbin. I know you're a fan of his, Rick, but for me, man, it didn't even feel like he disappeared. Now he's back. I still can't believe he's back, as the Vet said. And this doesn't do anything for Trick. Even with a win, it does nothing for Trick. Absolutely nothing. I know you said it brings experience and all that, Rick, but
Jimmy, I'm going to stick with you on this.
I'm done.
All right, Jimmy, I'm going to stick with you on this one. How about it? A number one contender spot on the line. Seems like this one could have been like a great match for SmackDown Friday to pull in, but we're getting it at SummerSlam. Sami Zayn, the forgotten Sami Zayn versus, he went to SmackDown. He's on a rise. He beat up your Tongans a couple of weeks ago. He's beating people up left and right. He beat all them heavyweights to qualify for this thing. It's Sami Zayn, Finn Balor to determine a number one contender spot, undisputed WWE Championship, Jimmy.
I'm going to go with Sammy because why Finn anyway? Even though he's been on a bit of a hot streak for no reason, really. He's been beating bigger guys. I mean, forget the Judgment Day. That went nowhere with him. Like, and, you know, in that feud, just went absolutely nowhere. So, yeah, I think Sammy should win. I think if he doesn't, boy, have they killed him off, like, completely, ever since he won his championship. But I'm going to go with Sammy.
I think they already did. This match, this is like a where out of nowhere match. Who cares? Anything of interest with you on this bet?
Actually, this might be the best match on the show. I know I said Punk and Cody might end up being the best match. This might be a sleeper. Like, if you just, in a vacuum, if you just look at this a la carte, it's probably going to be the best match on the show. But what it really should have been was this should have been another match with Sammy and Trick, right? Because when Sammy won the title, he was supposed to gloat in front of Trick Williams and say, I got a belt. It's better than yours. And then after he loses it, Trick's supposed to say, I got a belt, Sammy. Where's that belt you had? And then they go from there into something that leads into a match here. Instead, we bring Baron Corbin back for some freaking reason. And then you got Finn Balor winning a number one contenders slot match, like, to face Sami Zayn to be a number one contender. It's just that's
AEW booking right there.
Yeah, this is literally so bad. This is really bad, but the match is going to be good. So take your piss breaks on some of the other matches we talked about, but definitely don't miss this one if you want to see a good match, because I have a feeling like they're going to feel slighted and they're going to want to deliver.
I can see that maybe even opening the show, possibly, whatever night.
Yeah.
Rick? All right, gentlemen, let's talk about it here. To me, my take on this thing, this is going to close out. This is closing out SummerSlam. This is the main event of main events. I think it's absolutely that they are freaking delusional that they think that this is the draw. But it's 14 years in the making. Another chapter. They're saying it is maybe the final chapter. Roman Reigns defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Seth freaking Rollins. That's going to close out night two. It is the main event of main events at SummerSlam, the biggest party of the summer, 2-night extravaganza, Minnesota. Jimmy, are you hard for this main event?
Absolutely not hard for this main event at all. I mean, didn't we see these guys go at it 2 years ago at the Royal Rumble as well, where Seth Rollins came out like a shield?
It's been
member?
2 whole years, Jimmy.
Can you believe
Come
that?
on.
Wow. I know 2 whole years. Let's do it again. Because 2 whole years ago felt like yesterday, legitly, when it comes to these two. I don't really care about the match, though, guys. As sad as that sounds, I'm not even looking forward to it. Like, I couldn't care less. I mean, I'm thinking Roman's going to win, at least he's going away, but then that doesn't matter because he goes away with the championship anyway. So, yeah, I think Roman wins, but this match doesn't mean anything to Roman. It means nothing to Seth even. I don't even know why this is happening. It just happened out of nowhere. Like, literally, just suddenly these two pivoted to what they were doing with their own storylines, and bang, here we are once again between the two of them. So I don't care about it. I'm not hard for it. And like J12 says in the chat, it kind of feels like a piss break match. I'm not going to lie.
The main event's a piss break.
I'm being dead serious. I actually
just take a piss and turn off the pay-per-view.
That's it. I'm done.
Right. Hey, Ben, let me ask you here. Let's put a little positive spin on this. I mean, these guys have had this build has just been chit chat. You know, it's been promos that they're cutting for each other. It's promos that they're cutting for Sparks. They're not drawing in a grand audience. What can this match deliver to save itself? That we are talking like, damn, that actually would surprise us. I mean, because there is a tremendous history. I mean, these guys have been anchors, focal points of just.
Yeah, but how many times do you want to see this shit?
A decade and a half. I'm asking
the match,
Jimmy.
The match won't deliver anything. The match is going to be a bunch of kickouts. That's what the match is going to be. So if you like kickouts and probably like an overbooked finish or something with the bloodline and a schmaz and some other stuff going on, yeah, it's going to be that.
And sing-alongs, and a lot of sing-alongs. It's going to be like 15 minutes of sing-alongs.
Now, to be fair though, like, I will bring a positive spin to it because this is a good match to have. It does have a point because, I mean, it's Seth Rollins obviously wanting a championship. So he needs his championship back that he hasn't had for a long time, and he's always been trying to get back. And he can only beat Braun Breaker so many times. So he's got to move on from that. And the only logical thing for Seth Rollins to do is to want to come for the championship. And as Roman laid out, like, I have no reason to beat you. And then Seth talks him into it. It's like, well, you've never beaten me. And then he's like, you're right, I do need to beat you. So now I do. So now we have a match that makes sense. Now, some of the stuff that they've said in the promos did not really help to build either person either way. I will say that. But the idea behind the booking is not bad. The only problem is this match should not be happening here. This match that should be happening here should be LA Knight won King of the Ring and is challenging Roman Reigns for the championship. That's the match that should have been happening. Because if Oba was just going to face Brock anyway, why bother winning King of the Ring? If we could just go to that and then Oba can win the title whenever he's going to win the title, if ever. So have LA Knight get something to do because he's been talking his way into a match with Roman Reigns and they're just not booking it. They book him in a 6-man, but he's been talking about Roman, the bloodline, all this stuff. He's been in main event angles without being in main events. So it only made sense to go through here. Give LA Knight the main event match, give him the payday, give him the match with Roman. You're not going to beat him. Or if Roman is going somewhere after this, then LA Knight could go over. And then he does finally get the championship. And people are happy. And they get to say they came away from SummerSlam with something that they always wanted, which was LA Knight on top, right? That's the match that should be happening. And then Roman and Seth could have got pushed down to Survivor Series. Because guess what, guys? We got Survivor Series. And we need a match for that, too. Like, we're going to need matches for shows coming up. And you can always move Seth and Roman a little bit down the road. It doesn't have to be here at SummerSlam. So that's what they should have done. But since they're not doing it, this is what they get. The booking makes sense of the match, but the promos haven't been very good, especially on Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins made himself look terrible because he just does not. He's a fucking idiot. Like I said, if you watch the Monday Locker Room, I laid it out. The guy's a fucking idiot. So whatever about Seth Rollins, but the match makes sense. The match is not going to be good, and unless you really like kickouts, and the promos have been bad. So I don't know, guys. I would probably close night 1 with this, not night 2, because I think a lot of people aren't going to be happy either way, whoever wins this.
Yeah, I agree. They should. Yeah.
What have you done for me lately? How do you send it home? This is not a way to close it out. We're here. Hey, we're up against it here. Gentlemen, I want to give just one more kick around here. Start with you, Vet. Overall thoughts. Put this thing over. Get us something that why do we love it? What are we going to do with this thing? Jimmy, you follow up with the close. Get us the hell out of here.
Yeah, so, the best part about these kind of shows, and especially with the formatting that the WWE chooses to use where there's long periods of downtime, this is the chance to, if you have wrestling friends and you have the means to get together for like a little summer party, a little cookout, a little, just some snacks and some beers and whatever you guys like to do and just hang out and kind of ignore a lot of the wrestling while you just hang out with your friends. I think that's what these kind of events are really built around these days. The best way to enjoy them is with friends by not paying attention to it. So it's kind of like, and I talked about this with you, Rick. I think I've mentioned this before too. Like when back in the day when you would get a Tyson fight and you just ignore the entire undercard while you're waiting for the main event and you hang out with your friends, right? That's basically what it was all about. WWE can be enjoyed in much the same way. You can take the a la carte, whatever you're interested in, pay attention to that, hang out with some family, hang out with some friends, have a good time. And a lot of these matches, we don't like how they got there and they're going to deliver, and other ones may have had a nice build, but the match is going to suck. So it's a mixed bag all around, Jimmy. What can we do? But we practice a la carte over at the Wreckage, don't we?
Every week we have to when it comes to AEW, but I agree with you, Vet. At the end of the day, it is SummerSlam, right? It is probably arguably the number 2 pay-per-view, PLE, whatever you want to call it, on the calendar for WWE. So as bad as the build has been for most of these matches, one thing I know for sure, they will deliver on the night when it comes to the matches and what happens in it. Whether we're going to be happy with the winners and losers, I don't know. We'll see. But this show should still be good overall, night 1 and night 2. Hopefully they do hit it at the park. So I am looking forward to it just because it is SummerSlam. I'm just worried about most of this booking and we don't even know what most matches are on night 1 and night 2 properly yet, which is bizarre to start off.
Yes, we do. They've announced it. I saw Scotty over. Oh. Hold on. I saw Scotty saying that Buck and Cody are night 2. That is wrong. I pulled everything right from WWE. I pulled their graphics. They have the dates and
no, but all the matches from night 1 and 2. You know,
yes,
okay,
the way we ran through it, they have them announced. Our stuff is from WWE. It was in a press release. I went and looked at the graphics. I made sure of that. So, yes, we know where they are going.
All right. Well, there you go.
Just said that he is wrong. Okay, so that's going to be there. Hey, you know where to get all the content. Brandon's going to have the watch-alongs all weekend long. They start at 6 p.m. Eastern each night. Jimmy and I are going to be following up 10 minutes after each show. Somewhere in there this weekend, they're going to mix in insanity. And all this wrestling insanity, we got more insanity from JCW. They're going to mix that in. Of course, on Sunday, we got Wreckage. That's all we got to put over here. That's not tomorrow, Jimmy. Wreckage is on Sunday.
No, I'm talking about Insanity is going live tomorrow instead of Saturday like we usually do.
Okay, you guys are tomorrow. Keep your eyes and ears open for that there. But Jimmy, go ahead, hit that ad, run those credits. Let's get out of here, honest. We're 10 over. I was damn close on it.
All right, boys. Well, I'm saying that I am Jimmy T. He's out to the B to the V, and he's the best in the world, Jamie the Vet Williams. And you've been listening and watching the WWE SummerSlam preview right here live on Hamin YouTube channel and on the Patreon after the fact. Till next time, peace out. See yous.